Disney Lorcana has arrived. Let's check and see what all the fuss is about. Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to show off just a little bit of Disney Lorcana. So this is the newest trading card game that is taking the world by storm. So technically not a board game. This one falls more in the line of Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, something like that. And to be honest with you, I briefly when I was younger got into Pokemon, know how to play the game. That's about it. My boys like to collect the cards, but that's about it. I've never really gotten into a TCG. I think this is going to change my mind though. So what you see here in front of you is essentially everything that you get inside one of the starter packs. So there's 3 starter packs out right now. Each one has 2 colors within it, and those colors represent a style of play. What that style is though, I am not 100% sure, but I'll show you where you can find a little bit more about how the decks play in just a second. So you get a starter deck of 60 cards. These are not all unique cards. You can see here there's 2 Aladdin cards right off the bat. You can have up to 4 copies of the same card in your deck at any point. You also have some 2 foil cards, which this was the Cruella de Vil and Aladdin box. These are the 2 characters on the box. And so you know you're getting these as foil. The foil is done really nicely. You also can see down here at the bottom, very easy symbol. This is a common, this is a rare, this is a super rare, and then I think I've acquired 1 legendary here so far. But anyways, you'll have half of your starter deck is going to be green in this case. There's Mad Hatter. I really like that card. And then the other half is going to be the emerald. So you can even see that Aladdin, there's 3 different versions of Aladdin in this starter deck alone. We've got Aladdin Prince Ali, Aladdin Heroic Outlaw, and Aladdin Street Rat. What's an interesting keyword that's on a lot of these cards that we'll just cover right now is the keyword shift. You can see up here it says shift 5. That means you can play this guy on top of any other Aladdin. So I could just have this very basic Aladdin Prince Ali who only costs me 2 ink to get out, and then once I've gotten 5 ink, I can spend 5 ink, even though the cost of this card is 7 ink, to shift Aladdin from Prince Ali into Aladdin Heroic Outlaw. So that's just one of the many keywords you're going to see on these cards. But again, now we shift to having all red cards here. And again, it's not all good guys or bad guys. The red's going to have things like Pongo and Rapunzel and Scar all mixed together. One thing I will tell you though is the artwork on these cards is absolutely amazing. Some of the cards are, cooler than others. Like that one's okay. It's just a dragon, or Sergeant Tibbs here is okay. But the foil cards, I really love how the foil cards shimmer. But things like, where'd the Mad Hatter go? Let's bring him back. That is just an awesome piece of artwork if you are a Disney fan. Let's find another one here. I mean, like Steamboat Willie, where everything else around him is colored, was just really cool. Peter Pan Never Landing, I think was just a really cool name for a card. I feel like there was another one I saw here that was really good. LeFou, like that's a really good LeFou. Makes him to be way more heroic. Or look at that, that's a badass Rapunzel right there. I'm loving the artworks on these cards, or Stitch, who's one of my favorite Disney characters. So here is the starter deck. You also get these little tokens, which these are honestly the biggest complaint I'm sure people are going to have is that these are just very thin cardboard tokens. They're not even like centered on there. You simply use these to track whether or not a hero is carrying damage with them from one round to the next. So the minus is just because it's minus health. Your health is this number here in the shield. Then you have this, which is your lore tracker, which is okay. I like that it's got a little hole in it and makes it very clear what number you're following. But again, it's just thin cardboard. I guarantee you these will be the first thing that people upgrade either through Etsy or maybe Ravensberger will pick up on the fact that people want better and make their own deluxe versions. You're also going to get a little playmat, which this is easily one of the more interesting decisions. You'll notice it's a tiny little playmat. There's a full spot for a deck and a full spot for a discard, and then this is your lore tracker here that goes boop 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 boop. And so you would use this to track as you go up. Boop, 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 boop. But then you just have this half of a spot for cards in play and half of a spot for inkwell, meaning you're expected to just keep building out this way, or if you flip it over, you can build out this way. I do like that they gave you two sides of this. It just seems weird that they didn't even give you bother giving you a full playmat, but I can definitely see people creating custom playmats on Etsy. I believe Ravensburger's already come out with playmats that are just neoprene with a picture on them. They don't have spots for all this stuff, but just seemed weird to me. And you have the rules, which it's not hard. I can cover the rules here very quickly, and they just kind of cover the types of cards and the parts of cards and how you play them. Playing the game here is just on the back side. But one thing they do have, which is really nice, is they give you a little background about, well, what kind of deck is this? Now, I wish this had been on the box, but I was buying all of them up anyways. So playing the Emerald and Ruby starter deck, this deck is especially good at delaying your opponent's progress early on so you can focus on the long game. Okay, there's some more text there. I'm not going to get into it. But let's just look at one of the other ones, for example, here. This is the Amethyst and Amber, I think. Yeah, Amethyst and Amber deck. And if we go here, yep, Amber and Amethyst deck. This deck likes to quest early and often. Ariel on human legs, Mickey Mouse true fan, blah, blah, blah. So I really like that they just kind of give you what kind of game do you think you should be playing here with this deck. And so they do feel different. It does feel like this one is, going to be very different from this one, which is the Amber and Amethyst deck. I can tell you right now that the Amber one definitely seems to be a focus on songs, which is interesting because the top card here is Ariel, who can't sing, but songs are another thing here. Here you can see singer. This character counts as cost 5 to sing songs. So when you see the keyword singer here, where it's funny, she has the keyword voiceless, you can then find a song. Let's find one here. They're all going to be famous Disney songs. Be Our Guest. Here's a great one. So Be Our Guest, a character with a cost of 2 or more can sing this song for free. So, you can come back here and exert someone like Cinderella as her action, so you don't have to pay the inkwell, but then this song basically does some stuff. It's like an event. It's a one-time thing, and it goes away. I think that's just a really cool mechanic for a Disney game, because we all know that the Disney songs are just as iconic as the movies. As of right now, every starter pack is also coming with a single booster pack. So wrapped up in the foil, tucked inside the box. It wasn't taped to the back or anything like that, so I don't know if this is going to be an always thing, but this is what you can expect with a booster box. I'm going to come back to what this QR code takes you to here in a second, but here you can see that every booster box, I just really like that artwork of Mr. Smee, is going to give you some cards. Now, you can see you're already going to start to get duplicates. This is a collectible trading card game. So here is 2 versions of Cerberus. One is foil, though. Ironically enough, my foil here doesn't make it any more rare than the regular one. But I'm assuming that all of these booster packs are slightly different. Or like, here's Be Our Guest. I already have a copy of Be Our Guest. So, at some point, or Captain Hook thinking happy thoughts. At some point, I'll start trading these or selling them or something like that. Let me find my one This was a much better pull deck. We got some Maleficent, we got some Kristoff, but here's my one legendary. So this is the legendary symbol, and here is Elsa, one of the best cards in the game. She costs you 8 ink, and just so you note, see how this one has the little swirl around it and this one doesn't? That means you can spend this one and turn it into ink, and it becomes your inkwell for the entire game. You can't do that to her. You can shift her up by paying 6, so any other Elsa character, but she can basically freeze 2 characters on the opposite side, or lure for 3 each time. She's a beast. Coolest card I have so far. Or this, like, I've never seen this version of Belle. I did not even know she had cool gear like that. So I am just loving the card artwork and everything so far. Let's quickly talk about some of the other stuff you can also pick up. So they have deck boxes here. These are really nice, high quality deck boxes. They're made of that like nearly indestructible waterproof material. The only thing I wish they were including were the dividers. Give me one little divider in there. But anyways, so here's the the Elsa one. I think I have my little another package of tokens. The only thing I don't like here is that your mat, assuming you've learned the rules, because the rules are the same size, your mat is not going to fit in your deck box. Ideally, I would love to just be able to take this to my friendly local game store and sit down and play, or maybe 2 of them. But now I got to take this and this. Well, not quite. Hold on. Let's finish going over the stuff. They also have the card sleeves that match the deck boxes, and these are really nice. I didn't start putting them on yet because I know that the glare messes with the light on the camera, but very matte finish, not overly shiny. That's awesome looking. Here you can see this is what one of the cards looks like slid inside. Nice solid black background that just it fits with the already black border of the card. Not always a fan of the black background when it's like a white card or something like that, but this one, it just seamlessly blends in. It's a nice matte non-glare finish. So there you go. Now see, there's still some glare, but really nice sleeves, and I love that they match the deck boxes. So last but not least, let's talk about where this QR code gets you. This QR code, if you scan it, it's going to take you to the Disney Lorcana companion app. Well, let's check that out real quick. So this is the Disney Lorcana companion app. They've got some videos here. You can watch the teaser trailer, event diary, sign up to play events, learn more about all products. You can change the settings, but none of that's going to matter. It has a learn to play section, which is not video form. It's just static, but it works. I actually went through and learned how to play the game this way versus reading the instruction pamphlet. It also has a list of all of the cards. You can see that the first wave has 204 cards, and here you can see every single one that is in that wave. So if you're super big into collecting, you can figure out what you're missing. You can also go in and say, all right, I've got an Ariel. Actually, I don't. Let me make sure I pick one here. I know I have 2 of these. So I'm going to switch this to from not owned to owned times 2. Done. I don't have a foiled version, but there you can then filter on my collection and even then a wish list. So let's say I really want this card. I can add it to my wish list. I would love the foiled version. No, maybe there's not a foiled version. And now it's in my wish list. Last but not least, this is the big thing, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to carry that silly little mat around because they give you a lore tracker right here. I prefer the dark theme, start game, and I love how it's facing the right direction. So you just set your phone down in between each of you and you can each track your lore this way. You can exit the game. You could just do 1 player if you want, and you could do without the fancy theme. Start game. There you go. So don't feel like you have to use that plasticky mat or that skinny little token. You do, unfortunately, there's no way in here to track individual cards damage. You still needing to take the little chits with you, but I'm sure people on Etsy are going to be jumping on deluxe versions of that any day now. So that's going to do it for my overview coverage of Disney Lorcana. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see more of this. This is not a soloable game. This is a head-to-head. Supposedly you can play 3 to 4 players maybe, or at least 3 right now because they have 3 starter decks, they said. So, you know, gameplay and stuff like that would I'd have to bring somebody else on, but that's something I can handle. Anyways, if you're interested in this, please let me know because this is kind of straying away from normal content of the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.